We live in a world that's louder and busier than ever. Every day we're bombarded with ads telling us to buy more, upgrade, accumulate. And somewhere along the way, we started to believe that all this stuff, this clutter, is necessary. That having more means we're doing better. But here's the truth that most people don't say out loud: you don't need all this clutter. Clutter doesn't just fill your home, it fills your mind. It creates mental noise, distractions, and even anxiety. That messy drawer in the kitchen you keep meaning to clean, the closet packed with clothes you haven't worn in years, the garage full of boxes you haven't opened since your last move. All of that weighs on you, not because of what it is, but because of what it represents: unfinished tasks, old habits, and emotional baggage. And let's be honest, how many times have we bought something we already had simply because we couldn't find it in the clutter? Clearing things out not only brings peace, it saves money. You stop buying duplicates, you stop spending on things you don't truly need. And it's not just physical clutter. Our digital spaces are overflowing too. Thousands of unread emails, apps we never use, endless photos we'll never look at again. Every one of these things demands just a little bit of our attention, even if we don't notice it right away. It all adds up, slowly draining our energy and focus. There's this thought that creeps in every time we try to let go of something. What if I need it one day? So we hold on to it just in case. That extra HDMI cable, the fifth baking tray, the jeans that haven't fit in years. And days turn into months, then years. And that just in case moment never comes. We end up storing these things not because they serve us now, but because they might, maybe, possibly be useful someday. But in most cases, they never are. And in the meantime, they just take up space, physical and mental. And let's be real, how many of these things have we eventually bought again anyway? Because we couldn't find the original. That habit adds up in dollars over time. Living with less can literally put more money back in your pocket. Minimalism often gets misunderstood. People think that it means living with nothing or giving up the things you love. But in reality, it's the opposite. It's about surrounding yourself only with what matters. It's about choosing quality over quantity, intention over impulse. It's a way to reclaim your space, your time, and your peace of mind. And yes, it saves you money too. When you stop impulse buying, when you stop chasing every sale or trend, you're not just creating a calmer space, you're also creating financial breathing room. You begin to spend with more awareness, and the savings follow naturally. So, how do you start? You start small: one drawer, one shelf, one corner of a room. Ask yourself: do I need this? Do I use it? Do I love it? If the answer is no, let it go. Not everything has to be kept just in case. Not everything has to be useful to have value, but not everything has value just because you've kept it for a long time. A lot of the clutter we hold on to is tied to guilt. Gifts we never liked but feel bad giving away. Projects we started and never finished. Things that remind us of who we used to be. But here's the thing: keeping something out of guilt does not honor the past, it just holds you back. Letting go isn't about forgetting, it's about freeing yourself to move forward. As you clear away the clutter, something shifts. You start to notice the space between things. You start to feel calmer in your own home. You become more present, more intentional. You begin to see what truly matters, not just in your environment, but in your life. You don't need a Pinterest perfect home or a sterile white room. You just need a space that reflects who you are and how you want to live. When your environment supports your well being, everything else feels a little easier. Your morning routine becomes smoother, your evenings become more relaxing, and your mind becomes clearer. The beauty of living with less is that it gives you more time, more clarity, more freedom. You stop spending so much time managing your things and you start spending time living. You stop chasing the next purchase and start appreciating what you already have. You stop defining yourself by what you own and start discovering who you really are. And yes, when you're intentional about what comes into your life, you start spending less and saving more. That's not just minimalism, that's smart living. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or restless, maybe it's not about doing more, Maybe it's about doing less with more purpose. Maybe it's not about fixing everything. Maybe it's about releasing what's no longer serving you. You don't need all this clutter. You need space to breathe, room to grow, time to be fully present in your life. Start small, stay consistent, and remember, you are not your stuff.